Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about my favorite graphic novels. It's a mix of some old favorites, some new favorites. Of course, there's horror graphic novels in there since it's my new obsession. Let's just get started. We have like 10 of them. So of course it wouldn't be one of my lists without this Sandman. This is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time, probably my favorite one, even though Something's Killing the Children is definitely up there now. But Sandman opened my eyes in regards of graphic novels. I do have to say, I love the graphic audio for this. It's so good. If you have an Audible account, you can get like an narration of the graphic novel, which is fantastic. It has like different actors, it has sounds. It's super cool. But basically in Sandman, you're going to follow Morpheus, Sandman, the god of dreams. And in this first volume, he's trapped by this group of humans who actually wanted to capture death, but ended up capturing him instead. So humanity suffers this huge blow and they cannot dream. Some of them cannot wake up. A lot going on. It's episodic. I do have to say that this first volume is just such a good way to start the series. Like, it's so good. The story is fantastic and the adaptation is also great. So if you've been thinking about it, watch it. I cannot wait for season 2. Then Gideon Falls, one of my surprises from last year. I love this series. Basically, I've already finished it. It's 6 tomes long and it's just fantastic in general. Oh, sorry, my throat. This story is just so confusing at times, but it's great overall. You're basically going to follow 2 main characters at first. So the first one is a priest who moves into Gideon Falls and he discovers this weird barn, this weird black barn that appears and disappears, and you know, some murders going on. And then we're going to follow another one who is collecting pieces of trash because he's constructing something out there and this piece is called to him. It's so bizarre, it's horror, it's fantastic. It's the art in here. I haven't shown you the art of any of this, but it's just beautiful. I love this type of art. They're like really colorful and such. Loved it so much. Last year I started it. I finished it, I don't know, in February or such. I loved it so much. Then my favorite, almost my favorite book of last year, The Nice House on the Lake, Volume 1. I do have to say I was a little bit disappointed with Volume 2. Especially the quality of the graphic novel in itself. Look at this, like it's hardcover. It's just like the pages are thick. But Volume 2 came out on paperback and it's just like this really like thin type of page, like the ones with staple comics. It's terrible. I'm probably just going to give it away and then get Volume 2 in the same edition. Like, this is the Spanish edition and it's fantastic. The story is a little bit confusing. The art, that's the art is also fantastic. It's super beautiful, but this is definitely a bizarre story. So in here you're going to follow a bunch of friends. They are all Walter's friends basically, and he invites them to his mansion, and once he gets them there, gets the news out that the war has ended and this is the only like remaining place and they cannot escape. It's just super cool. It has like a dual timeline. You have the characters in this house and then what is supposed to be the past or the future. It is fantastic. I do have to say Volume 2 was not my favorite, but this first volume was just so good in so many levels. I cannot wait for this series to continue. I'm kind of not sure because Volume 2 kind of wraps in a way that it can be actually considered the end, but I really hope that we have more. Then one that I don't have physically because it was the entire collection was lended to me, Fables. Fables. This series is so good. So good. The entire collection is fucking amazing. But basically is about the fables coming into our world and turning into reality, and obviously their stories are more dark than it seems because, you know, there's this force who has invaded like their natal world. They have been expelled and now they are here living among us. And if you have played The Wolf Among Us, this is actually the comic that it's based on. Also a fantastic game if you've read Fables, by the way. But yeah, I just love it so much. Every single volume of it is fantastic. I do have to say, there's a spin-off based on Jack, a spin-off like volume. Totally not worth it in my opinion, but the rest is just amazing. Also because I lent my copies to my stepsister, Locke and Key. Probably one of my favorite graphic novels. Oh my god, I cried like a baby with the ending. It was just so emotional because a couple of characters died and they have like kind of a memorial. And it's just so cool. Also, the adaptation is not bad. Not my favorite, but not bad overall. So in this one, we're going to follow the Locke family, and they inherit this house. And once they get there, the brothers start finding these weird shaped keys. And these keys basically do different things. One, you can open your head and put or take things out. It's fantastic. You have one that changes your gender. You have one that basically teleports you. There's a lot going on. The art also in this series is amazing. I love the concept of the keys in general. They're fantastic. But yeah, can I recommend it enough? It's great. One of my favorites of all time. This I just been reading recently. We have this drama going on with this series, but Nailbiter, I've been loving it. I haven't finished it yet. It's the only series of here that I haven't finished, but it's just so good. It's just so good. I love the story. It's basically about a town that produces serial killers. Basically, each time that you get to take down the first one, another one appears, and they have like this whole kind of tourism thing around it. But it's super cool. You're basically going to follow this agent, and he comes into the town looking for one of his friends who is missing, and then he comes across the Nailbiter, who is this not convicted serial killer. Everyone knows he's guilty, but there was a failure in the procedure, so he got out, and now he's living under house arrest in the town. And with his help and the help of the sheriff, they're trying to uncover what the hell is going on in the city. It's just fantastic. The art is also top notch, but the story, man, the last volume that I've read, which I think it was volume 3 or 4, was so over the top. It was amazing. Cannot recommend this one enough if you just like a little bit of horror, a little bit of mystery. It's fantastic. Then the last ones that we have are pure horror, but the first one is 30 Days of Night, not darkness, of night. I love the movie when I first saw it. It's just so cool. It's basically about a town in Alaska, and you know, once every year they have like a complete month, I think it is, that is complete darkness. So this group of vampires get into town, and of course they cannot stop them because there's no sunlight, basically. It's just so cool, so gory. I do have to say the art in this one is very different from the others. Like, it's very weird, and it's just like super toned down and very like abstract compared to the other ones. It's not my favorite, but the story is just so cool. The adaptation is actually pretty good, so I will definitely recommend it. But yeah, this one, I just love it so much. Then these two kind of go together. One is a Basketful of Heads. This is from the seal of Hill House, the Joe Hill comic book house. It's just super cool. They publish horror novels. Well, horror graphic novels. Is great. I've been slowly making my way through all of them, but my two favorites are this one and the next one. This one is great. It's basically about this couple, and he's been kind of working as the deputy assistant in this little small town. And once this storm comes in, these prisoners escape. They are alone, they are surrounded by them, and they attack the boy, basically. So our girl gets this Viking axe and starts chopping heads off. The thing is, the heads don't die. They start talking. It's just so bizarre, yet the story is so good. Definitely will recommend it. It wasn't like a full 5-star for me, but the whole experience was fantastic. Also, the art is also great. Like, let me just grab a page at the beginning. Not that in the beginning. So it's pretty cool. It's more cartoony than the other ones, but I still really, really love it. Then the other one that I was talking about, In the Low, Low Woods, by the same like company. Oh my god, this story, dude. This story, I would definitely read a story just based on this one, like a novel, not a graphic novel, because it's just so dark, honestly. Basically, in this town, women have memory problems, and it's just disgusting at times. The art is beautiful, but there's so much going on. Basically, you know, sometimes you're just riding your bike and then you wake up in the middle of nowhere. It's just a lot. The story is very dark, definitely trigger warnings for this, but I still think about this one till this day. Also, I just love that you take the cover off and it's just like another one. Super beautiful. But yeah, definitely dark. The story in itself is dark. The other ones are more like fantastical. This one is just dark. And of course, the last one, because I couldn't miss it, Something's Kill the Children. My favorite graphic novel, I think. I don't know, so many of these are just so good, but I'm just addicted to this one. The story is just great. I've read all the spin-offs that are out there. I just pre-order every single time that I know a volume is out. I love it. There's also the mask up here. I just love it so much. It's just so cool. But basically you're going to follow Erica. Erica is part of the House of Slaughter. They basically hand out monsters because in this world only children can see monsters, and monsters basically just kill children. It's just super gory. Of course there's a monster in the first volume that she has to hand down, but man, it's just cool. Let me show you a little bit of it. The art is fucking beautiful. But it's just so gory, dude. I just love it. I just love it. It's amazing in so many ways. The story is fucking fascinating. I just want to know more about everything. I love it. Probably my favorite. Though the Sandman, though, just such a classic. I don't know. But I just love it. I wish that we had an adaptation, honestly. Like an anime or an animation or an animated series. Could be so good. So yeah, those were basically my favorite graphic novels. Do you like any of these? What is your favorite graphic novel? Please just let me know in the comments below, since I'm always looking for recommendations. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!